5 surprising things mindful people don't do. In the present occupied world, the vast majority race during their time on autopilot. They shake endless ventures and acknowledge their overburdened minds and occupied timetables as though it's ordinary. They're so used to being overpowered that they don't address whether there's another alternative. In the event that this reality sounds natural to you, you likely consider being quiet and careful as a character attribute as opposed to an ability. However, actually even the busiest brain can figure out how to be more present and mindful. Whatever the reason for your hecticness is, you are accountable for dealing with your time, energy, and core interest. Much the same as you picked hecticness, you can likewise choose care and make a more healthy lifestyle. Furthermore, actually frequently, being more careful is about the things you maintain a strategic distance from instead of the things you add to your life. By distinguishing and killing the accompanying exercises, you could possibly discover more bliss in extremely valuable minutes that recently appeared to be inconsequential. They don't disregard their own requirements. The vast majority mistake care for generosity. They feel that careful individuals can't differ and say no, yet rather say without a doubt to anything and everyone. However, truly care approaches amicability. In case you're lined up with yourself, you can to be sure deny individuals, undertakings, and exercises that don't coordinate your present necessities or needs. To appear in your best form and be available in your day-by-day life, you'll need to fill your own cup rather than continually satisfying others. This incorporates dealing with yourself intellectually, yet in addition actually by taking part in exercises that help you top off your own cup. While numerous individuals consider self-care an advantage, actually it's a need. In the event that you don't take legitimate consideration of themselves, you will not have the option to perform at your best, however rather work on autopilot. They don't constrain themselves into careful exercises. In spite of normal conviction, being careful doesn't rise to doing yoga or ruminating for quite a long time. Indeed, it's the inverse. Mindful individuals stay present in ordinary circumstances in any event, when they get assaulted with bunches of data. Obviously, schedules like contemplation, journaling, or yoga can help you practice care. In any case, what makes a difference more is your conduct when confronting difficulties outside of these schedules. A couple of quiet minutes during a day-by-day contemplation routine are decent, yet on the off chance that you can't manage ordinary difficulties, these tranquil minutes will not assistance you much. They don't talk prior to tuning in. Did you realize that a great many people don't have the foggiest idea how to listen appropriately? Rather than really tuning into our discussion accomplice, we regularly consider what we will answer before the other individual is finished talking. That is halfway in light of the fact that the vast majority love talking. Tuning in, notwithstanding, is troublesome in light of the fact that we as a whole appreciate sharing our own accounts and points of view. Whenever you're in a discussion with a gathering of companions or associates, give close consideration to the dynamic. How regularly does somebody intrude on the speaker? What number of individuals truly tune into the discussion as opposed to adding their own feedback? You'll probably find that a great many people are continually amped up for talking as opposed to understanding their colleagues. That is a characteristic response on the grounds that the greater part of us likes standing out enough to be noticed. Careful individuals, notwithstanding, are extraordinary audience members. They don't intrude on the discussion accomplice, however rather focus without thinking about their viewpoint. They don't attempt to be everyone's dear. Careful individuals realize that they can't satisfy everybody and themselves. On the off chance that you continually attempt to be everything to all men, you'll end up understanding consumed, yet you'll additionally come up short on the time and energy to do the things that really matter. Here's the brutal reality on time: the board a great many people adapt past the point of no return throughout everyday life. Nobody will watch your time on the off chance that you don't do as such. Also, truly a great many people just consideration about themselves. Almost certainly, your partner or client doesn't mind whether you need to pull a dusk till dawn affair to complete a venture. All they care about is whether they can limit their own work and get what they need. What you do doesn't actually matter. That is the reason you must watch your limits. Rather than please everybody, center around satisfying yourself and making rules lined up with the manner in which you need to carry on with your life. On the off chance that you continually feel exhausted and focused, you will not have the option to appreciate the current second. Try not to anticipate that yourself should give 110% constantly. You're not a robot, you require and merit breaks. Furthermore, if others don't give you these breaks, you need to request reality by setting your own guidelines as opposed to living as per their principles. They don't smother their feelings. A typical misguided judgment is that care approaches happiness. However, that is false. You can be careful and dismal, furious, or baffled. Being careful methods permitting your feelings to be available, regardless of whether these are negative feelings. Also, despite the fact that care encourages you experience less of these sentiments, it doesn't imply that you need to experience existence with a major grin all over. Care isn't tied in with being a robot yet about being your best self, including your not really sure feelings. Final thoughts in today's massively connected and overstimulated world. Being slow and mindful can be your superpower. Instead of engaging in the past or future, mindful people focus on fully experiencing the present moment. To thrive in the 2021st century, you'll need to detach from the desire to be and do everything and instead focus your energy on a few things that genuinely matter. Stop operating on autopilot and start taming your mind by avoiding the 5 things mindful people don't do. Don't ignore your own needs. Invest in filling your own cup so you can show up in your best version. Don't force yourself to practice mindful activities. Instead, allow yourself to explore your emotions in everyday situations. Don't talk before listening. Become an active listener and take time to think before replying. Don't try to be everybody's darling. Don't expect others to respect your boundaries, do it yourself. Don't suppress your feelings. Allow them to be present and explore them through exercises like journaling.